Hello, good day viewers. You're welcome back to Shabet's online tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to obtain or construct a divided difference table. If you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel and also follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Shabet's online tutorial. So the question on the board read, obtain the divided difference table for the following data. And the data given, we have x, which is -2, -1, 0, and 1, and f of x is 9, 16, 17, and 18. So let's get started with the solution. The first thing we are going to do, this data is written in horizontal form. We are going to change it to vertical. So the first one is x, and under the column for x, we are going to have the value for x, which is -2, -1, 0, then the last one is 1. So under the value for f of x, we're having what? 9, then 16, then the next one is 17, then the last one is 18. So we have successfully turned this data to vertical form. The next thing we are going to do, this x, under x, the first value for x can be written as x0. This is x1, x2, and x3. So we can be represented as S0, S1, S2, and S3. Now, the next thing we are going to get the divided difference table, we're going to get first divided difference. So we can be represented as DD. So to get the first divided difference, we are going to use this formula, which is F of x0, x1. And this formula f of x0, x1, to get the first divided difference is equal to what? F of x1 minus f of x0, then divided by what? X1 minus x0. So this is the formula. Now we're going to substitute to this formula from the question. So this is x0, f of s0, s1, f of s1. So f of s1 is the first one, which is 16. So we are going to substitute 16 minus f of s0. This is s0. So f of s0 is 9. Then divided by what? X1 minus s0. This is x1 minus 1. Minus 1. Then minus x0. X0 is -2. So minus into -2. So if you simplify this, we are going to have what? 16 minus 9 is going to give us what? Is going to give us 7. Then divided by -1. Minus is going to be +2. -1 plus 2 is going to give us 1. 7 divided by 1 is going to give us 7. Therefore, the first one is going to be 7. You write it in between 9 and 16. Now, to get the next one, which is going to be what? F of S1, x2. So we just increase this by 1, which is equal to what? F of S2 minus f of x1 divided by what? X2 minus x1, which is equal to what? F of x2, this is x2, f of x2 is 17, then minus f of s1, which is 16, minus 16, then divided by x2, this is x2, which is 0, then minus x1, and x1 is -1 into -1. So if you simplify this, we're going to have 17 minus 16 is 1, then divided by 0 minus -1 is going to give us 1, which is equal to 1. Therefore, the value here is 1. Write it in between 16 and 17. So the next one is to get this one, which is also what? F of x2, x3. Just increase it by 1, which is the same as f of x3 minus f of x2 divided by what? X3 minus x2, which is equal to what? F of x3 is 18, then minus f of x2, which is 17, we have 17, then divided by x3 is 1, then minus x2, which is 0. So which is equal to what? 18 minus 17 is going to give us 1. Then 1 minus 0 is going to be 1, which is going to be 1. So therefore, in between 17 and 18 is also 1. Now, the next thing we are going to get is to get the second DD, which is divided difference. Now, to get the second divided difference, we are going to use this formula, f of x naught comma x1 x2, which is equal to what? F of x1 comma x2, then minus f of x naught comma x1, then divided by what? X2 minus x naught, which is equal to what? F of s1 comma x2. From up here we have x1 x2, which is equal to 1. So we're going to replace 1, then minus f of s naught s1. This is f of s naught s1, which is 7, minus 7, then divided by s2. From the question, x2 is 0, then minus x naught, and x naught is minus 2, so into minus 2. So which is going to be equal to 1 minus 7 is going to give us minus 6, divided by 0 minus minus 2 is going to give us plus 2, which is equal to minus 3. Therefore, this place in between 7 and 1 is going to be what? Minus 3. Now we are going to get this one, which is equal to what? Which, to get this middle one, which is going to be what? You are going to increase each of these by 1, which is f of x1 comma x2 comma x3, which is equal to f of s2 comma x3 minus what? F of x1 comma x2. So everything divided by what? X3 minus x1. So which is equal to x2 x3. This is x2 comma x3, which is equal to 1. So we replace 1 here, then minus f of s1 s2, which is also 1. So minus 1, then divided by what? X3. X3 from here is equal to 1, then minus x1, and x1 is minus 1, which is into minus 1. So this is equivalent to what? 1 minus 1 is 0, minus 1 minus minus is going to be plus, 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. 0 divided by 2 is going to be 0. Therefore, in between 1 and 1 here is going to be 0. So the next one we are going to get is third divided difference, which is third DD. So DD imply divided difference. Now to get the third divided difference, which is going to be in the middle of minus 3 and 0, and the formula used is what? F of, we are going to increase this by 1 again. So to get the third divided difference, we are going to use this f of x naught comma x1 comma x2 comma x3, which is equal to what? F of x1 comma x2 comma x3, then minus f of s naught comma x1 comma x2, then everything divided by what? X3 minus x naught. So which is equal to what? F of s1 s2 s3. So this is s1 s2 s3, which is equal to what? 0. So we substitute 0, then minus f of s0 s1 s2, s0 s1 s2, which is what? Minus 3. I'm going to have a minus 2 here, then everything divided by s3 minus s0. So this is s3 minus s0. S3 is 1, then minus s0, which is minus 2. I'm going to have what? Minus 2 here. So we are going to have a minus 3 is going to give us positive 3. Then divided by 1 minus into minus 2 is going to give us what? Minus minus is going to be plus. 1 plus 2 is going to give us 3. Then 3 divided by 3 is going to give us 1. Therefore, the third divided difference is equal to 1. So this is how to construct the divided difference table when the data is given. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Shabes Online Tutorial. So this is what I have for you today. Thanks.